Yo, what's good campers? It's your boy Killer Beezy, and today we are here with the most anticipated video from the community, man. So let's get into this, man. Right, so I know the whole community, well maybe not the whole community, like maybe like 50% of the community want to know, well, maybe not even 50%, maybe like 10%, well, not even, I don't even, maybe no one in the community cares, right? But anyway, right, the question: what champion is Killer Beezy going to be voted for? Now, I've been thinking about this quite a lot, and I've been analysing a lot of the champions, man. And basically, the champion I'm going to be voting for is Colossus, because e.n.t voted for it. Pretty simple, man. Thank you guys for watching the video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been your boy Killer. No, I'm joking. Well, I'm joking about the reason why, but I'm not joking about voting for Colossus. Now, I'll explain the reason why when I get to Colossus, but I just want to kind of go through my thought process, which made me kind of get to the decision of picking Colossus. So when I analyzed this list, I looked at this list, and the first thing I thought of was, okay, so who do I hate using the most out of everyone on this list? Even when I'm playing Arena, who do I skip? And the two champions I skip are Colossus and Groot. Colossus and Groot are they just have like absolutely nothing going for them, man. And I avoid using them at all costs. I don't use them in any aspect of the game at all. Never have and never will until they get buffed, right? So when I looked at this list, I thought, okay, for me straight away it got narrowed down to Groot and Colossus. Now, when I was doing my research and looking at a few of these champions and some of the options and whatnot, and I was looking at Groot and I was looking at Colossus, I kind of looked at the two and I thought, okay, well, let's compare like the Cosmics to the Mutants. So I was looking at Cosmics and I was just like, dude, like, for Cosmics you got so many OP options, man. Like, I was just thinking, like, you've got obviously Gamora now, who's really good. And obviously we're just looking at like 5-star and 6-star options, right? So you've got Gamora, who's really good. You've got Venom, who I think is really good. You've got Hyperion, who's really good. You've got Angela, who's semi-decent. You've got Medusa, who's really good. You've got Hela, who's okay. You've got Carnage, that's not too bad. You've got Proxima, that's decent. You've got Corvus Slave, who's quite decent. You've got Heimdall, who has his uses. You've got Venom the Duck, who's really decent. You've got the Champion, who I think is fairly good. And then you have Captain Marvel, who is just crazy. So straight away, I've named 13 really good, crazy cosmic champions that are fairly good in the game. And that's not even to mention the other cosmics that have their uses at different times, you know. Other cosmics like Thor, OG Thor, who's quite good. And, you know, there's a few others, but I've just named the ones that are like, you know, that are really, really good. And you can bring them into like majority of aspects of the game. And when I looked at Mutants, it was like, okay, well, looking back, who can I say, like when I was counting up the Mutants, I was like, who's kind of really, like, you know, in comparison, like, okay, so we got like X-23, she's not too bad. Then we've got like Rogue's not too bad. Nightcrawler's okay, so that's 3. Archangel's really good. Iceman's quite good. Sabretooth's alright. Domino's amazing. Omega Red's amazing. Emma Frost is okay. Havoc's decent. Mr. Sinister's not everyone's favourite, but is okay. But it's just like, there's only like maybe 2 or 3, like maybe 4 at max that you can say like is like godly levels. Like you know, if you got those champions, you would definitely take them up. Like, you know, a lot of the champions that I've mentioned seem like averagely okay, you know. They like, you know, you got like your godly options in there will probably be Archangel, Iceman, Omega Red, Domino. Do you know what I mean? Havoc as well will probably make it in there. Do you know what I mean? But I just thought that there's not that much crazy mutants, man. And obviously with other classes as well, you look at and you think, you know, there's not really that much. But I'm looking in comparison to like Mutant and Cosmic, because I'm looking at the obviously the two classes because of Groot and Colossus. And I was just like, mate, it has to be Colossus, man. Like, and I was just looking at Groot and I was just like, mate, they've brought in another version of Groot, which created an opportunity for them to do something that they didn't necessarily touch on with the old Groot. And even then, it brought out a new Groot, and King Groot, again, champion that doesn't really get used. So I just kind of thought there hasn't been another form of Colossus release. You know, Colossus hasn't had a second chance. Colossus needs a second chance, right? And just to show you guys, like, well, I haven't got it on screen at the moment, but you know, I don't have any Mutant 2015 rank 3 to 4 gems or anything like that. So from that aspect, I won't benefit. But you guys have probably heard the arguments from various different YouTubers before. But you know, obviously, looking at both of these champions, you know, you can use obviously your rank up gems if you obviously have one of that class. But for me, man, it just had to be Colossus, man. Colossus for me is like, there's so many decent things that they can do with Colossus, and the fact that he hasn't kind of been boosted by any kind of synergies. You know, there's been attempts, because there has been attempts. There has been a few new champions that have been brought in that have had synergies with Colossus, but they haven't improved him at all. So for me, it has to be Colossus, man, because Colossus isn't completely useless, in my opinion, in the cinematic universe, but he is completely useless in the game, man. So for me, it definitely has to be Colossus, man. But another thing, I was pretty disappointed, because like when we've been shown by Kabam previously, we've been shown that, like, you know, they can afford to like buff 2 champions per time, and the fact that they're only kind of willing to buff 1 at this current point in time was a bit disappointing to me, man, because there's, as you can imagine, like, a lot of the champions on this list are in need of a buff. Like, not even can do with a buff, they are in need of a buff. I don't know anybody that regularly uses any of these, well, maybe Kamala Khan, you know who you are, bro. But besides her, I don't know anybody who regularly uses the champions on these lists. Nobody. So for me, like, they're all definitely in need of a buff, man. 100% sure. But for me, man, it has to be Colossus. And then yeah, man. But eventually, hopefully, we see a buff to all of these champions, because all of these champions have really good potential. And unfortunately, the game doesn't do them justice at this current point in time. If you guys have decided who you're voting on, man, make sure you let me know in the comments below, please. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, man. It's been your boy Killer Beezy, and I'll see you guys when Colossus is buffed. You know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, man. I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Peace.